Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. My name's Tim and this is Tim the Trailman. And today I've got a quick video on my second trip up and over Atigun Pass. The first trip was the day before and I've got a full video on that trip on the winter solstice of running the Dalton Highway. So hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for that. But let's go ahead and play the video and I'm going to tell you about it as it goes through. So the first part here is just kind of passing a trucker that probably spent the night before he's going up and over Atigun Pass, and then about a minute later you'll see the gates that are either going to be open or closed. I'm heading south on Atigun Pass, coming back from Prudhoe Bay. So nothing really happened like death-defying on the trip for going over Atigun Pass here, but you can see it's 8:30 in the morning and it is pitch black. And so Atigun Pass gets up to about 4,700 feet on the pass, which is not crazy. You know, Colorado's got 14,000 foot passes and things like that, but the pass can just be covered in snow, it could be wide open. And this first part going up it is, you know, plowed, it's cleared, nothing is going to be too crazy. This is what I was expecting as it was yesterday. And so I'm not going to talk through the whole thing. You can jump around in it and see it for yourself. But the big part, around 6.5 minutes in, is when I crest the top. And rule etiquette for the road is you call out when you're about to start the pass and say you're coming up, or when you get to the top of the pass, you say you're coming down on the CB radio on channel 19. So I did that on the I did that on the north end when I was going up the pass, and then when I got to the path and then going down it, I called it out. And so see if you can see somewhere around the 7.5 minute mark where I spot the semi. There's a trucker coming up it, and I'm not too worried about it because the roads have been pretty good at this point. So really wasn't expecting anything to change, because the part you're seeing on camera right now is me still ascending the north side of it going up the pass. But that quickly changed going down the pass, and that is what kind of got me, and that's when I was like, oh, this could be scary. This is what Ice Road Truckers is all about. And when you see it in the video, you might notice that my lane is kind of disappearing with the snow drift. The wind seems to be blowing a little bit harder, not shaking the truck or anything, but enough to make snow, not really whiteout conditions, but my lane has disappeared. And there are parts on the pass that there are signs that say slippery spots or slippery patches. So different parts of it have different levels of difficulty, if you would, for the pucker factor and everything like that. So I see the trucker and then I lose him, and it's just courteous to turn off all of your lights. You can see I'm running my ditch lights, which are Diodynamic SS5 Pros, so I'm putting out 20,000 lumens there. I got my Morimoto headlights on, low beam and high beam. But when the trucker comes up, you know, you want to turn that stuff off. They've got their lights on as well, and they will turn them off to not be blinding everyone. But you got to have extra lights effectively, because it is just pitch black out there. So I turned mine off, that you'll see, and I don't know when he's coming. And so I'm talking on the CB, listening, no responses. I guess he doesn't have his radio, but I am wondering if I'm going to be far enough over into my lane without running off the road. So when I start hitting the snow drifts, the truck starts to slippery slide, and you can see the guardrails. I don't know if they'd actually stop a semi. I don't know if they'd stop a truck like mine, but they do have a guardrail in the area, but I am not wanting to get anywhere near it. So I would rather fall off the road mountainside than cliffside. And I just don't know if I'm going to be far enough over, but I've got to drive in that snow, because that trucker could be coming around the corner any moment, and I don't know if he even knew I was coming down it. He might have spotted me from the bottom, because you can see up the pass when people are coming down that section. But as a whole, we made it past there. I got through that section and the lane opened up, and the trucker went past me, still no squawking on the radio. But my heartbeat was going a little bit. I was legitimately a little scared of a head-on collision, and not that I was going to be in the lane, it's that my truck was going to decide for me if it was to continue to be sliding. So, like I said, nothing for probably majority of the people, for the truckers, the drivers, people that have been in Alaska, to be concerned about. But without my auxiliary lighting, I could barely see the road, and I couldn't turn on my auxiliary lighting because I knew that the trucker was coming around the corner at any moment. So just navigating that. The video is going to play out through the rest of the pass, so you'll see all of what I'm talking about coming up. And then throughout it, at the bottom, I pull into Chandelar DOT station. I think it's put there to maintain the pass. They've got graders and all that stuff and plows. But I've been driving for about 3.5 hours and was a little sleepy, so I was going to plan on taking a nap somewhere around Coldfoot, but I was like, you know what, after that event, a little scare, I decided to pull it in, take a nap for 10 minutes, and then head on down the road and stuff like that. So that's my story of going over Atigun Pass for the second time. It wasn't necessarily a near-death experience, but I was scared. And let me know in the comments if you had ever seen anything like that or experienced anything like that, of where you thought maybe there would be a head-on collision, or just wasn't sure if your vehicle was going to stay on the road for the passes. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the video. I hope you watch the whole thing. If you've ever been curious about Atigun Pass, it's popular because of ice road truckers, in my opinion. Most of the people that live in the lower 48 are never going to drive it, just like I will probably never drive most of the passes in Colorado or Utah or any of those other beautiful states that have cool mountain views as well. But watch the video, enjoy it, let me know in the comments what you think about it, and I'll see you on the next one.